Hi again. So here we'll go through the features and the benefits of these features of our Yukthi mail service. Okay. So the first one is the protocols. We support IMAP, POP3, SMTP protocols, which are the email-related protocols, apart from webmail, that is accessing email with the browser, and all with SSL or TLS support, that is with encryption support. The benefit of this is that you can use any standards compliant email client or app on any device to access your email. And since we have got encryption support, that is with TLS, your data transfer is safe. So even on an unsecure network, even if you're on a public Wi-Fi network, you can safely access our email service. With IMAP, you get the benefit that you can your mail and your folders are all saved on the server, and you can connect from any device to the server, and you will see the same mail, the same folders. It's like your sent items are synced. Everything is in place. From even from webmail, you will see the same thing. Okay, the next is email archival. Email archival basically means that one copy of all incoming and outgoing mail of every user is saved in a separate area. That means this to access email archive, you have a separate authentication, and so only certain uh, authorized people in your company will get access to the archive, and uh, so there you will find one copy of all emails. So even if the user deletes any mail from their mailbox, the archive copy will be there. It is completely independent of that, and the user is not aware of this archive. That is, something like this is happening in the background. Okay. So what are the benefits of this? You can refer to any old mail even when employees leave. So this is very common. Sometimes, when people leave, especially those who are in customer-facing functions, you need to refer to an old mail. Otherwise, it's very embarrassing to ask your customer to, okay, we had sent a mail. Oh, can you please forward that back to me? Okay, so you can refer to any old emails easily. Sometimes people who are downloading mails, their outlook is crashed or something's gone wrong, lost the laptop, so we can restore their mailbox in case of any data loss or crash. Okay. And in many companies they use email archival to monitor email activity for any data theft or anything suspicious, or just to to look at the quality of response people are giving to customers and so on. Okay, we also can give a very flexible architecture with cloud email and in-house archival. Okay, so what that means is that your email is in the cloud, so you can access it from anywhere. You don't have to worry about links being down and so on. You don't have to have this mess of big servers on premise and things like that. Okay, but your archive, email archive, can be in your office. So you have the comfort feel that one copy of all your emails is in your office. This is optional, of course. So the advantage is that on some fairly low cost hardware, okay, you can have a like a desktop system, and many of our customers have done that. On low cost hardware in your office, you can put some 2 4 TB, 10 TB, or even more hard disk. Okay, and you can use this to store email archives. We have all this email filters, forwards, and vacation messages. All these features are available in our mail service. So these are very useful features for your users. It very convenient, and it definitely improves their productivity. Our spam filtering is very strong. Okay, so this means your security is enhanced. You don't have to worry about things like malware attacks and so on. Okay, and your user productivity is also very high. We have had customers who have migrated to us, and we have had some people say that I used to spend so much of time cleaning about 30, 40, 50 spam mails a day, which I used to fit in my inbox. That definitely won't happen in our system. We have a feature where we attach a warning message. That is, we prepend a warning message for mails which come from external domains. Okay, so you'll get a warning in red at the top of an incoming mail. Okay, the reason for that is it is to warn your user that a particular mail has come from outside, because these days, very craftily created mails are being sent. Okay, which look as if they have come from your boss or something, or your company's MD, CEO, or some senior official. Okay, and sometimes they have messages like some instructions say to transfer money and things like that. Okay, and these come from domains which look very similar to your own domain, say one alphabet or one character will be different. Okay, so sometimes those who are not very IT savvy may fall prey to such mail. So to prevent that, we are putting this warning message, because obviously if a mail comes with this warning message, it can't be an internal mail, so it has come from outside, so therefore it cannot be your some senior official in your company. We have support for all the email security standards, DKIM, DMARC, and SPF. Okay, so this means your mail is high security. Okay, and your uh, recipients, that is to the people to whom you are sending the mail, they are assured that it is genuine and it has come indeed from your domain. Policy support, we have support for policies like outgoing mails, whom users can send to, what is the attachment size, and things like that. Okay, so this means that you have some controls on who can send mail outside, and you can use it to prevent information leakage or data theft from within your organization. We also have a facility whereby we can enable only certain specific devices to access your mail. Okay, and they won't be able to access from any other device. Okay, so this means that you can allow mail access from only certain, say, company devices or company laptops. Okay, and uh, so they won't be able to access the mail even if they know their own username and password. Okay, so this means that you can prevent data theft very easily. um, because they won't be able to access and download data into some other system or device. Okay, we have a password reset portal where you get a one-time OTP based SMS password. Okay, and using that, users can reset their own password, provided of course their mobile data is registered in the system. I mean, their mobile number is registered in the system. Okay, so this allows your users to reset their own passwords if they've forgotten their passwords. They don't need support from IT. Okay, and so lesser IT support requirements within your company. Okay. We have a chat service module, uh, where you can have instant messaging within your company, and it has got group chats and things like that. So the advantage of this is that, especially with a distributed workforce, work from home, etc., everybody feels connected because they see each other in chat. When people log in, you can see that they have logged in, and they can send instantaneous messages to each other and get a response. So say for example, somebody in a bank, they need some clarification, they can quickly contact, say, somebody in HO or the zonal office, and get a clarification on, say, some particular policy aspect or whatever. So this way it is very useful, uh, and it really improves productivity. Okay, our plans are based on space, and they're very flexible. They are not based on the number of users or domains, but they are based on space. Okay, so advantage is that you pay for only what you need. Okay, you need not buy excessive amounts of space. Okay, and you can simply create as many email IDs as you want. There's no extra charge for that. Okay, as long as you're within the space you have purchased. Okay, and when you need, you can buy more space. There's no need to buy unnecessarily lot of space. You can increase the space when you want, and we'll charge you only from that time onwards. So it's like that. We can give hybrid service with G Suite and Office 365. which means that you can have some users on Office 365 or G Suite, okay, especially senior management, customer facing users, or power users of the various features which are there in these premium services, okay, and all the others can be on our service, okay, and it is the same domain. It's not a different domain, it's the same domain name. There are certain configurations which have to be done, and once it is done, it works very well. We've got many customers using this, including many big banks and other companies. So it enables you to save cost, okay, and in a very low risk way, because your senior staff, your customer facing staff, those who are not willing to change, are continue to remain on the premium service. We can integrate with Active Directory. So that means you can have easier user management if you're a company which is very much into Active Directory for your user and user management. So the users will be able to log in with their Active Directory credentials into the mail service also. We provide customer support by email, phone, and chat. So this allows you to reach us very conveniently whenever you need help with email or with your email client or something like that. You can reach us very conveniently. Okay, so we also have a file service. Our file service is something like your Google Drive or Dropbox. Okay, so you can use it to store files. You can create folders, have permissions, and things like that. You can share links with customers. So instead of sending big files on email, taking up space in your inbox, somebody's sent items, your colleagues' inbox, and things like that, you can send links to files. It is much more convenient. Okay. So this also comes with a lot of features. So we've got, as I said, folder sharing with access controls. So you can have folders, you can create folders for your teams, departments, okay, and you can have subfolders, and you can have fine-grained access controls, including creation, editing, and delete. Separate permissions are there. So you can give fine-grained permissions on various folders. You have the feature of link sharing with expiry. So instead of sending big files, as I said, you can send a link to a file by email or in WhatsApp chat or something. You have online viewing and actually editing also of standard Office formats. Okay, which means that you don't need a separate editing package or something. You can edit your documents, spreadsheets, etc. online itself, and you can have multiple users collaboratively editing a file. We have a mobile app. We have got a sync app also for the laptop or desktop. So this will sync your files continuously, and therefore you can access your files directly from your device, which could be a laptop or a smartphone. You can mount the file service, that is your service, as a drive on your system. Okay, so whatever you see when you log in to our file system in the web interface, the same files and folders will be visible to you when you mount it on as a drive on your system. So this has the advantage that you can simply drag and drop files. You can double click files to open the application, the particular application on your desktop. So for example, you got an XLSX file. Okay, you double click it, it will open in Excel on your desktop. Okay, so you get all your power features of Excel or PPT or document or whatever it is that you use. So you can even open Tally files that way, and Tally will open on your desktop. So this way, whatever, it's exactly the same as having an application and the file on your own desktop. The only thing is that in this case, it is on our file service. So there will be some latency because the file is effectively getting transferred and it's getting, the application is opening. So that much of latency will be there, but it is generally an acceptable amount of time. So the files and folders can be accessible through a user-friendly browser-based interface, which is very convenient when you are accessing from even other desktops Even non-IT users can access it very easily. It's very easy to use, uncluttered and not complex at all. We have a full text search for the file service. So that means you can search for files based on content and find any file easily. You've got quotas for space management, so you can assign space quotas or allocate space to users, and they can manage their files within that. And when they need more, you can assign more. So like in the mail service, for this service too, we can enable access only from Office or certain systems if required. Okay, this is to prevent data theft and leakage. They won't be able to access the file service other than these enabled systems. Okay, again, we have customer support reachable on email, phone, and chat. So you can reach us conveniently whenever you need any help from us. So broadly, these are the features of our email and file service. And we of course have other demo videos to give more details about and you can actually get a feel for these services.